That's yay. Okay. So moving on, like I was saying, so it's something dear to my heart. I have tried over the years to try to do so many things, and most of the time I end up getting stuck. And I know I'm not the only one who happens to be in this boat. So it's something I have tried, and yes, I could see, I could see that I tried so many things. I went on trainings and stuff like that, and with some other principles and research, endless research. I'm someone who loves to research, endless research. I came up with how a structure, a system. And really, if you want to excel in anything you want to do, there has to be a system in place. So, yeah. So, and that's what I'm going to be sharing. I am going to pour everything out there for you. And yeah, I hope at the end of this training that you will have so much to go away with. Okay. So let me not talk too much. We're just going to dive right into what we have today. So okay, now this is not working the way I think it should. Mhm. Okay, all right. So welcome. I'm glad that you're here today. Today, like I said earlier, will be very interactive and practical. Like I said, I really love hands-on, and I really love people being involved and you know participating whatsoever they're learning, as that helps to foster learning as we go by. Now, during the course of the training, if you have any questions or probably you have any sort of statement or anything you want to add to it, please just write it down on your notebook and probably on your paper. So at the end of the training, we can entertain all forms of questions or statement or whatever you have got. Okay. So before we dive in, I want us to do something. Like I said, it's going to be really I really need it's going to be really interactive, and I really need everybody to be fully involved in this. So for the first thing I want us to do before we go fully, as you can see on our screen, I want you to think a minute or two, think about something, a skill that you have. It could be whatever, it could be skill, a talent, or something that people always come to you for. People will always reach out to you when they need assistance with that thing, when they need any form of assistance with it. It's when they're thinking of somebody, you come to mind and they're reaching out to you. And so if you've thought about it, I just need to begin to drop it in the chat. Tell me something, one skill that you have that you know that people will always reach out to you for. Please, I want to see that engagement. Can you just begin to drop it in the chat for me, please? Thank you. Before we move on, we have so much to cover, and I'm trying as much as possible to be conscious of the time so that we do not overstay and take so much time. So we really need to run through, but I will try as much as possible to also be very detailed too as well. Okay, so I see here, I've got two responses. So Michelle says I'm a physiotherapist. Oh wow, that's really nice. Oh, and you're so far away in Cameroon. I wish you were close by so I could come for one of your sessions. Okay. Flyers for program. Oh, nice, nice. That's really nice. Okay, Kosi, you're now my plug. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Please, can you just drop it? Please, can we have this to be more interactive? Thank you, Michelle, for adding that and dropping that. Kosi too as well. Who else? I think we're more than two here. Please, guys, please, mamas, can we drop that one skill, talents that you've got that people always come to you for? The crickets. Okay, so I see someone else. Oh, that's still Kosi. Video content. Nice. Object. Okay. You must be a millionaire, Kosi. Someone is coming to you for 102K. Nice. Okay, I have to. Well, yeah, Bisola, it's a it's a skill. you've been able to give advice or don't look. You see, one thing with us is that we tend to downplay and look down on what we have, and then we just feel, oh, it's nothing. It's not nothing. Okay, Lydia session, let's say advice too. Yeah, that is actually a skill. Okay, you've been able to give advice to people, to motivate people, to give them advice in order to, to go the right path. It is a skill, okay, and it's a God-given skill. When I a few years back, that was something that I really could tell, or I really could say that I had people come to me for, like people coming to me whenever they need advice. And I always look down, like, what's that? Is that a skill? But yes, that is, in fact, oh no, the business you can make out of that skill. Anyway, that's another story for another day. Okay,
What
Christy
now?
says, active listening. Active listening to people. Oh yeah, that's actually nice. When you listen to people, people come to you because you're giving them that listening ear and they feel safe with you. Oh yeah, that is a priceless skill. Okay, so thank you so much to everyone who has contributed to that. Thank you so much. Okay, so now let's move ahead. Okay, so a little thing about me. I know it's not, hope it's not too much. So if you're new here, you don't know me. My name is Venice. Hi. I'm a wife, a proud mom of two amazing kids. I'm just going to read through, okay? I've spent over 10 years of teaching experience in formal education back at home. I was a teacher. I've always been a teacher, okay? But then there was a shift when I had to relocate, and but then in as much as I'm not in that formal setting, my home is now my now my classroom, because every day I learn. My children, my kids teach me patience. They teach me everything, how to. I'm still learning. I'm learning so many things. I'm learning. I'm relearning with them each day, because having kids, yeah, having kids in class is totally different, and it's a different ball game when you have your own kids, because they will teach you so many things that you never thought. They will test you. Oh my goodness, test you beyond your limits. But then it's how you are able to pull through and to ensure that, yes, you are guiding them in the right path. Okay. Now, aside being a mom, I'm a full-time professional where I work 7 to 4:30 p.m. job. I'm also a founder of the Freedom Mama Hub, and someone who has over time refused to settle for one paycheck. Like, I just when I have that one paycheck, I just feel that, oh, there is more to me. There is more that I can do, even if it's not just for myself. But then there are others I feel I should be able to render help to. And that's why that one paycheck doesn't just sit well with me. And over the course of the years, I've always tried so many things. You can call me jack of all trade. I go with those days where they say jack of all trade is the master of none. No, these days it doesn't work that way anymore. Jack of all trade, that's it. The main thing, multiple stream of income. Welcome, Ada. Ada will be your welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry, if you're just joining us and I'm not seeing you, I'm so sorry about that. I am just limited on my screen, okay? But I see you, Ada. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so aside that, I also run a food business, which I'm not really fully committed due to I'm still trying to manage my time. I post content, that's another story for a day. I coach mentees, and I have a community of mothers across multiple time zones where we just come chill out, we talk, we try to like resolve the stress of motherhood, and just to get by, we share our challenges and then share experiences where we can learn from each other. Okay, so saying all this, I'm not saying all this to impress you, but to let you know that I understand what it feels like to want to have more without having more time. Because most of the time, people just say, oh, I really want to do more, but I don't have time. We'll talk about that as we move forward. Okay. All right. So that's just all about me in a nutshell. And for the next slide, now you may ask, what's this training about? Hi, Judith. Welcome. I see you popping up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is not a motivational session. Yes, I know I can be motivating and try to motivate people, but this is not a motivational session. But at the end of this training, you will have done some real work. Okay, so these are the things that we'll be looking at, and then you would have this by the end of this training. So one, a paid offer that is built around the skill which you already have. I am so bent on people focusing on the skills they've got. Like, God has given everybody talents. There is no person on the surface of the earth that will say they don't have at least one skill. And God, who gave you that skill, knows who you are for Him to have given you that skill. So He knows that you'll be able to do so much, even if it's just one skill. So we'll be looking at the paid offer that is built around the skill that you already have, to your pricing. Okay, for some of us who probably would have already have an idea and we've started something, but then how are you pricing? What exactly are you actually, what value are you placing on your offer, on the service you're providing, or probably on the product that you're selling? Okay, so we'll be looking at your pricing to see if you're actually pricing correctly. And then three, we'll be looking at three outreach messages that you have. We'll be giving you like a template. Please, if you can just mute yourself. I can hear feedback coming from somebody. So please, let's try to mute ourselves. Thank you, and thank you. Okay, so is like I said, three outreach messages and you have ready to be sent to people this week. And lastly, we'll be looking at mistakes to avoid. Okay, and these five mistakes are actually was keeping people stuck, because people, you find out that so many people most times tend to start a business. Okay, but then after a couple of months, you see them saying that, oh no, it's not working, and then they're switching into something else. But there are actually things that needs to be changed in order to make them move from where they are to where they need to be. Okay? Please, 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 can we mute ourselves? Please, please, thank you. Okay, so now we are moving to the next slide, and this is why extra income matters today. Why do you think we need to have an extra income? Why shouldn't we just be relaxed and be relaxed with just one paycheck that we receive? I can remember growing up, my dad was the only one working. My mom was a full-time housewife, and his own paycheck was the only thing that saw us through school. Because in Nigeria of those days, it's not the Nigeria of today, and it's not even the same across the globe too as well. So many things have impacted the level of living, or rather our living. How can I rephrase that? Over time, we find out that due to inflation, the cost of living just keeps going up. And that's why it's not just necessary. No, it's no longer a luxury to have multiple streams of income. Right now, it is necessary. Like, living on one paycheck is is as if you are just in a gamble, if I can put it that way. So like we have there on the screen, life is becoming more expensive by the day. The cost of living has gone up, and that's the result of inflation. Inflation is real. Every time it happens, inflation happens in the world, and there is that economic crisis, and prices of things, groceries, whatsoever, name it, keeps going up. I can remember when we initially came to this country, the prices we were getting things at that time is way, in fact, it's a whole lot better than it is now. Like, it's crazy. Things are really so expensive right now. And in as much as we look at inflation, being the reason, one of the major reasons why the cost of living is expensive. You find out that your salary, it does not even match to the level of the inflation. It's either you have it's either you have little to no increment in your salary. And if you look at it, the increment that is being added, what difference can it make if we were to ask ourselves? Like how much can it take you? Someone who probably may be earning 100K, let me use Nigeria now. Someone who is earning 100,000 naira a month in Nigeria. I cannot say. I think the last time I spoke to someone, I was told the cost of a bag of rice in Nigeria was about 80,000. I don't know how much it is right now. But imagine someone who is earning 100K a month. That person cannot even afford to go get a bag of rice. If you get a bag of rice, what's going to be left to cover for other expenses and other bills that you have? So it's no brainer. Okay, so a second stream of income is definitely how you stay ahead. Now, the second reason why extra income matters today is that your job security is a myth. And this is something that when I was putting out the slide, like I could really attest to it because companies every time are actually laying off staff. And they are doing that because of one major reason, which is the priority to them. They are ensuring that their profits is actually in check. Nothing is lowering their profits because every man for himself. So they cut staff to protect profits. Now, I'm just going to give an instance. When, first of all, and I'm so sorry for having to use such instances on my own personal life, but then when we first of all got into this country, I we I and some other couple of people who went visiting a senior, someone who is part of the family. Okay. So we went visiting, and then there was something this man said to us. He was like, because then we just got a job. It was in a private company, and then he said to us, he was like, "Oh no, yeah, it's good to have. You guys already have a job. That's good. That's nice." But then he said something to us. He was like, "Try as much as possible to get a government job because a government job." You have that security, you have this. And honestly, when we looked around at that time, government job was the main thing. Like people were struggling at ensuring that they have this government job because of the security it came with. But things change. Within the last 2 to 3 years, this government job that people have been clamoring, job security, there was a massive layoff stuff and it affected so many people. And people, even till now, I still cannot believe that. Like, and it's still even happening. It's still even happening. Like sometimes they'll just look probably in a particular program, they'll say, oh, they don't have enough budget to cover for this. And the layoff stuff, they ask people to go. So what happens when someone or you happen to find yourself in such a situation? And I know then we usually get this and I know we usually get this advice from financial advisors who say, oh, like one of all the financial advice we usually see and we read about, they say, oh, you should be able to have emergency funds, try as much as possible to have at least 3 to 6 months of your paycheck saved already so that when things like this happen, you have something to fall back on. But then my question is, because I just kept thinking, what happens if you're not able to get a job by the 6 month and beyond the 6 month? What then? You've used up all the emergency funds you've had that you've saved up for the rainy days 6 months. What if it goes beyond 6 months? Because I know of people who for close to a year they've been trying to get a job and they haven't been able to. So how then do you survive? How then do you live it? What happens to the bills? The bills, the bills wait for nobody. It does not. The bills, the bills does not understand or say, okay, let's give you more time. When it's time for you to pay your bills, you're paying your bills. Nobody is coming to negotiate or to say, okay, I understand you'll give you more time. Nobody is doing that. When it's time for you to pay your bills ought to have been paid. If not, then there's going to be repossessions and stuff of things that you have. So nobody wants that. So that's why right now your skills in this digital age that we are in right now, your skills are your real security. So this is more like this is a training for us to actually be open-minded and to be able to look inward and to be able to, discover the skills that God has given to us so that we need to start working on those skills and see how those skills can make way for us. I mean, it's in the Bible for those who are Bible students where it says, a man's skills make it way for him. Your skills makes way for you. You just need to be able to have the necessary things in place. And then we got leading because we cannot do anything without God. We got leading and his direction and his help. You're able to grow the skill, and then begin to make, um, you know, have a successful business in a nutshell. Let me not talk too much. And then the last part is freedom requires options. Now, if you're not free, for those of us who still work in private, work in organizations and in companies, if you want to have some time off, if the company does not give you the approval, you cannot go. So that means you don't have that freedom. It's until they give you the approval and they give you the go ahead, that's when you can. But when you have your own business and that business is skilled and that business is having steady income, you are free to do anything you want to do. Okay, without waiting for anybody to give you the go ahead or not. And then probably when you've scaled it to to a point whereby it's so big, you can be chilling in the Bahamas or in Maldives, and then you have people who are working for you. Those people are coming to work to ensure that yes, the business is running and then you're having your profits. Whereas you, as the business owner, you're chilling somewhere and having the best time of your life. So that's the main goal for me and for everyone else. And I believe that that's also the the main goal that God has for us too as well. So I just have something to say here. There's a truth bomb. It says, if your only income is one job, you don't have a financial plan. Where rather what you have is a financial gamble. You're gambling with life, okay? But when you have extra income, it gives you that leverage and it gives you that freedom and it gives you that that what's it called now, that stability. Okay, so extra income these days is no longer a luxury. It's no longer a luxury. It's a necessity. It's necessary. It's a requirement for us to keep our head above the waters. Okay, so quickly moving on to the next slide, we'll be looking at five. Oh my God, sorry about that. That was too fast. Okay, so we're looking at five traps that keep people stuck. Now, first thing people will tell you, oh, I don't have time. My job is taking lots of my time. I used to be like that too. I used to say, oh, I don't have time. When I start work and then I come back, I'm all tired, I'm all fagged out. And then there's family, there are kids. What time do I have? Mm-hmm. But one thing I want you to know is that time is not the issue. Clarity is. Once you have that clarity, you're clear about the vision, you're clear about your purpose, you're clear about the business, you're clear about your skills. That time will definitely come. Time will not be an issue. You will find the time. Because if we look at it, the people who have been successful today, mention them. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Dangote, mention them. They have the same time that we have. Everybody has got the same 24 hours. Truth be told, everybody has got the same time. It's not that, oh, the rich have got 72 hours, while we that we're just managing, we've got 24 hours. No, everybody has got that 24 hours, but it all depends on what exactly you are using your time for. Okay. Secondly, researching forever. All these traps, I belong there. Okay. Oh my God, I used to be one that I'm always going online, I'm always researching. It's a good thing to research, no doubt. It's a good thing to read. I'm not saying you should not read, I'm not saying you should not research. No. But then when you're always researching and you do not make drastic step towards ensuring that you're moving, you can see that growth from the level where you are to another level, then you're just that's just information without action, and basically is what you call entertainment. You're just entertaining yourself by learning. You're just gathering more information, gathering. But what exactly are you doing with those information? That is food for thought. Now, the third thing is that you're charging too little. Oh God, most of us. Yes, I know. Even when I first of all started, I was like, okay, it's good to do free. Yes, it's also good to do it free, because if you don't do it free, how then would you get portfolio? How would you have evidence, feedbacks to actually convince someone that you can do a particular job? So yes, you can do it free, but then not that free. You're doing free, and then 3 months has gone past. You're still doing it free. It's now 6 months. You're still doing it free. How about now? What's going on? We cannot keep doing it free for life, okay? Because this is a business, and we need to start treating it. Start seeing how you can monetize your skills to be able to bring in, extra stream of income. And then the third thing is another trap that keeps people stuck is restarting every 3 months. Someone starts a business today, and then probably the first few weeks you're getting sales, you're getting orders, and then after that, what you hear, cricket sound, nothing is happening. What's going on now? 1 week, no order, no 2 weeks, no order. What is going on that? And then you not say, oh, this business is not working. Let me look. Probably you now see a friend who tells you, oh, I just started this business. And then you're seeing this friend making sense. Oh, my, look, that's where the money is. And you jump into that. You do that, after a while, nothing, cricket sound. So you find out that this person just keeps changing, moving from one business to another. I used to be like that. So you're not alone if you're that. And then lastly, building in silence. So for this, you start a business and nobody seems to know what you're doing. Nobody seems to know what exactly your business is all about. If people don't know what you sell, nobody will patronize you. So you cannot sell what no one knows exists. People have to know you by your brand. People have to know your brand through you. And you cannot just stay quiet and expect people to come patronize you. It doesn't work that way. So I have a little activity for us. Again, remember I said this is going to be very interactive and self, and we're really going to be involved in this. So I want us to be really honest with ourselves. Which of the 5 traps that we've talked about do you think you've been stuck in the longest? Think about it. Is it that you don't have time, or you're always researching forever, or you're charging too little, or you're the one that is always restarting every 3 months, or you're building in silence? Just write the number in the chat. If it's me, I'll write 1 to 5 because I'm someone I was stuck in this, in all of this. I was stuck in all of this. Okay. Bisola, 1, 2, 4. Nice, nice. 1, 2, 4. Okay. Who else? Who else? Drop it. Let's see. Which of these 5 traps do you think you'll be stuck in the longest? Can we have more before we move on? Please, 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 please. 1, 2, and wait till okay. I like that part, waiting on God. We're all waiting on God to do the magic. Okay, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. You guys you're actually better than me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I belonged. I was in all of those group chats. Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's good. So this is just like a realization for us to actually know where we are. If we do not know where we are, if we do not see a problem, then there is no how we can have that solution. That's the truth. Okay, so the realization is the first instance and the first role. So once we are able to have that realization, then we can know how to move further on how to deal with this and get it out of the way. Okay, thank you so much to all those who actually dropped their, theirs in the chat. I really do appreciate that. Okay, so now let's move on to the next slide. So now we'll be looking at how we're going to turn your skills into a paid offer. This is really exciting. So there's something written underneath. It says you don't need a new skill. All you need to do is to look at the one you have differently. Look at the one you have differently. I happened to be talking to someone the other day, and Apparently this person is a hairstylist, and she said, "Oh, um, I just do it. I mean, I'm not giving anything. It's just something I do with my hands." And I was like, "No, no, 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 no. There's so many things that goes into it. So many things go into it. So you might just it's a one thing with us is that we tend to like downplay and look down on our skills. I said this earlier. We shouldn't look down on the skills that God has given to us. Even if it's a little, if you think little as cooking, every mama here cooks, right? And we think gone were those days that cooking all ends starts and ends in the kitchen. I mean, look at what Hilda Bassi is doing with cooking, like cooking. She's already a record breaker. She has two record breaking certificates to show for it, all with cooking. So the earlier we begin to realize that whatsoever God has given to us should not be downplayed, should not be looked down on us, because it also starts with us. When we when we look down on the skills that we have, then there is no way others will be motivated or others will feel they can pay for. Okay, so the earlier we're able to have a different perception about our skills go a long way. Okay, so now let's move on. Let's move on. Trying to beat time, God help us. All right, so how can we turn our skill into something people will pay for? That's $1 million question. I know we all got our skills, but what should I do? The question is, what should I do to make people pay for the skills that I've got? And then you might be thinking, oh, I'm not the only one with these skills. There's so many people with these skills, and I seem to be lost in the crowd. Probably there is not enough space for me in that particular business. That's where you have it wrong, okay? But we're going to be looking at the first things first. Now, going to what I have on the slide, it says most people think they need a new skill to make money. And honestly, it is not. It is not true. And it is not. I would say it's more like a lie from the pit of hell. And it's something that we've all been confined to think that in order to make money, real money, we need to learn a new skill. Well, I'm not saying don't learn a new skill. No. But then with what you have, you can actually start. Now, if probably you want to scale, then probably in order to have things in, you can go learn something. But with the skills that you have, you can actually start making money from what you already have as a skill. Okay, so you need to look at the skills that you already have through the eyes of someone who will pay for. Now, I know sometimes most of us, what we do is that we tend to like look at our skills and then we like I said earlier, we tend to like downplay our skills and look down on our skills. Looking down on your skills will make you not even see reason why anybody should pay for that skill in the first place. And that's why we don't feel moved or motivated to actually start a business with the skill we have. So there is the offer formula. And as you can see it on the screen, if your skill is able to solve a problem, for a person, then you have a paid offer. Okay. One thing you should do with the skill, if you're able to identify a skill that you have, now you should be able to look at problems, because if there are so many problems people have got, oh God, people have got problem. Like in one of the songs sung by one of the Nigerian artists, it's a problem not they finish. Or how was it said? Problem not they finish. There is always problem. But then if you are able to look at problems that people have got and you can see that you have a solution to that problem, my dear, that is a business already. But it's how you are able to now position that offer, because now for you to be able to have someone to pay for it, you need to have a very good and strong offer that will make whoever it is that you're telling will see reason and say, okay, yes, you're actually hitting my pain points, and yes, I think I should pay. So I have the weak and strong offers, and like as you can see, there is a week offer. Let's say, for instance, someone who is a hairstylist will just say, "Oh, probably you're just meeting someone, you're trying to let the person know what you do," and you say, "Oh, I do hair." Do hair? How? Do hair for who? Who are you doing hair for? What kind of hair are you doing? Okay, how long is it? So you just saying I do hair or I make hair, it's not enough. Okay, you're just generalizing everything, and someone will not actually be moved to do. Okay, you do hair. Who are you making the hair for? Is it for a child? Is it for an adult? Is it for who exactly? Who exactly are you doing the hair? But if you look at the strong offer that we have, it says here, I help working women get protective styles done at home in under 5 minutes. No salon wait. You say that to someone will not take a step back and like, hmm. So it means I can be in my home and then this person will come to my house and make this hair for me. So I don't need to go into the salon, start stressing, and then having to wait for my turn. And this person is telling me that in under 5 hours, I can have nice looking hair. Tell me why this person, whoever you're telling, this will not be moved to actually want to patronize such person. Because this gives, you're hitting the pain points. You're using the problem because we know how long it can get trying to make your hair. You have to book, and especially like, oh, I don't really have to go booking appointments and having to sit because even sometimes when you book appointment, you still have to go there to wait. Okay, you still have to go there to wait. But this person is like, oh, okay, I can be in my home, and then this person is coming to my home to make my hair, and within this stipulated time, oh yes, please, why not come make my hair? And that's a business already. You're getting paid for it. Okay, so we should know how to be able to position our offer into into ensuring that it's hitting the pain points of the person that we're trying to solve the problem for. Okay, once we have that very strong offer, then it's no brainer. You would be having people paying for your skills. Okay, so we'll be looking at on the next slide the three offer killers. What are the three offer killers? One, most of the time, most of us make this mistake of trying to help everyone. We're thinking, oh, I need to increase and extend my neck to catch everybody. When I can attend to everybody, I will have more sales coming. But on the contrary, no, it doesn't work like that. So if someone says, I help women, please, which women are you helping? Who is that person? You help women with what exactly? You have to niche it down. And I love this phrase that's underneath. It says the riches are in the niches. When you're able to niche down, when you're able to target a specific audience, you're able to target a specific, most of the time they'll tell you, okay, think of one person. Think of one person. When you think of one person, you see this person, you know this person has this problem, and you're able to solve this problem for this person. It doesn't mean that that's the only person in the world. There are so many and countless people having the same problem. And with that one person, before you know it, with time, your brand grows, you scale it, and you're already in a full blown business. Okay. Now, the second offer killer is selling the activity and not the results. Most people sometimes will say, oh, they just want to tell you what they do, tell you what they do. But what are the results? What are you showing as a feedback? Because most people are actually moved when they see something. Oh, okay, you're doing this. Do you have someone who can testify? Testify. Sorry, I'm using testify. When I think of testify, I just go into religion, Christianity, sharing testimony, but it's still the same thing. Okay, do you have people who are able to come share their experience and actually tell you that yes, this is what they benefited, this is where they were before, this is how they were before they met you, and then after they met you and were able to solve their problem, this is the difference, and you can see it. So people don't pay for coaching, rather they pay for three paying clients in 30 days. If you're able to tell them, oh, with this thing that you have, trust me, you're going to be able to scale and you have start having clients, but this you're given a time frame, it's no brainer. People will definitely want to, because people, everybody wants something that works for them. Nobody just wants to be stuck. Everybody needs help. But then what help exactly are you giving to them? That is what they want. And once you're able to make it plain and open to them for them to see, they would, they will just start coming. And word of what do you call it now? Um, Word of mouth, referrals, you will not even do the work. Most of the time, you end up not even doing most of the work. People will start referring on your behalf. Like there's this lady, what's her name? Ife, Dario of is there of a Niger girl now? That's the title. I can't remember but I think it's Dario of a Niger girl, Ife. When she started her skincare line, she said things weren't working. And then she got to a point she had to sit back to say, okay, how can we get this to work? And she started reaching out to people, oh, give us feedback, give us this. And she was blown away. She said, because I can remember watching one of her posts, and she was like, how she was able to scale was as a result of referrals, people sharing and people giving, their own experiences and sharing that was what, helped grow her business. So yeah, I guess that explains the number two. Number three, being vague about the outcome. Now, if someone, or probably you have a client or a customer, cannot actually describe, their describe what they got from you in one sentence, they will not refer you to anybody. If they cannot, I'm saying one sentence, some can go more than, they can give you a whole paragraph once they know that, yes, they got something beneficial from you. But if someone cannot just say anything in one sentence, they keep looking for words to use and then they will not refer you because they're not even confident in your service or in your product. But once you have people who are sure they've worked with you and they're sure that yes, you can deliver, you don't need to do the work. You just need to go and sleep because they will be your referral. And there's no harm in you asking them, oh, please share your feedback. Or if you know someone, can you just let them know? People will go that far, go such a mile to actually help in, creating awareness for your business. Okay, so now the next slide. Yeah, so we have this activity. Remember, we said we're going to have a paid offer. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to build our offer in 5 minutes. I don't know, do we all have a pen and paper or a notebook? For those of us who are interested, so I have this template, and this is what you're going to do. So you're going to write in the space provided. So it says here, fill in the exact sentence in the box. Don't overthink it. Just write a first draft and then you can refine over time as you go. Okay, so now think of what you are offering, of what product you're selling, or probably what service you're trying to render to people. Now, tell us what is your target audience? Who are the people? Who are you helping? Is it what gender? What age group do they belong to? What role? What kind of situation are they in? You need to be specific. Because when you are not being specific, you tend to like generalize it. But when you're able to break it down into this further brackets, it tends to like give you a more comprehensive offer. So I help this. Tell us who exactly that you're helping and what problem do you intend to solve. Now you're looking at their pain points. What exactly are they facing that they are not happy about, that that the skills that you've got, you can provide that solution for them. So at the end of the day, once you've provided the solution, what will be their results? What would they be happy walking away with as a result of the solution that you've rendered to them? And then with your price, tell us a number that you think, you're charging for this service or for this product you have. Can we do that in about 3 minutes? Can we do that? I need responses. You can unmute, please. But we need to build our offer before we go. Before we're leaving this training,
Yes.
before we get training, we need to build our offer. We need to build our offers. We need to have it. Okay, so please just quickly write it down. And if you don't mind sharing it in the chat, that would be awesome. That would be great. Okay, so 3 minutes. So using this template, just try to think. Like I said, this first one is just going to be a draft. It doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, it's just a first draft. Over time, you can begin to refine it, and then, like it says here, most people get it right by the third version that they've done. Okay, so quickly, please, and let me know when you're done so we can move on. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, yeah, I see two chats. Okay, Judith, thank you. Do you mind sharing, please? Thank you so much, Judith. Do
Okay. Can I type it in the chat?
okay,
Or I should say,
you
okay.
can say it. You can say it, or you can type it.
Okay. So I help modern parents raise confident children using outfits that promote comfort and confidence.
Mhm. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. And what about your price?
That's
Should you do that? Oh, that varies.
I didn't add a price because
Okay, it's
my,
fine.
my price is a range, it's not a
Okay.
number.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's awesome. Well, it's also good since you have your number. That's fine. Okay. Since you have a range, that's okay. All right. Any other person? Thank you so much, Judy, for sharing that. Any other person, or we
You're
should go
welcome.
ahead? Any other person want to share or no?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna write mine. Sure, I'm writing mine.
oh, okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. And we have it. Overthinking. Please don't overthink.
No.
No,
I'm
it's
just
not
trying to
you.
see
So
that I
Bisola,
answer most of the questions,
no, it's not
most of
you.
the
It's
prompts. Yeah.
actually Bisola. She wrote there that she's overthinking.
Okay, okay.
Please don't overthink. Don't
Confidence.
overthink.
Okay, so this is just a draft.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. That's fine. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kasi wrote, I help children ages 5 to 12 years build confidence, leadership, and communication skills for 20 years. Oh, I love this. Nice. Okay. Now, this is really good. This is really good. You're able to be specific in the with your target audience, using
Okay.
touching touching the problem, their pain points, and also as a result, and then there's a price to it. This is awesome.
Price. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Judith, too, as well. Thank you, Kosi. I really do appreciate it. Please, like I said, do not leave this training without your paid offer. This is just a template. And as time goes on, you can draft it now, but as time goes on, you can refine it to ensure that it is you're hitting the target audience, and then it's something that people, when you say to them, they would buy into it. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next slide. Now we'll be looking at how to get your first and next client. How to get your first and next client. And then there is something there I have underneath. It says your first 10 clients come from people you already know. People that know you already, you can get your first 10 clients from those, your network. Okay, so you need at this point to stop preparing and start to reach out. Use the people you have, your contacts, reach out to them, and we'll be looking deep into that. Please just give me a minute. Okay, so let's move on. How do we reach out to the first 10 clients? How can we utilize the contact that we have? All right, so we're going to be using, there are 4 channels that we can actually use to make this work. Now, number one, like I said, is your network. So your family, your friends, old co-workers, that the colleagues, people you have worked with, you need to send them DMs, send them personal messages, reach out to them. For those that you have not reached out to in donkey years, you need to reach out to them, rekindle the conversation. Okay, reach out to them. You could start first by just, letting them know. Well, we'll be looking at the messages later, so let me not dive and do all on that. Okay, so we're looking. So the first is your network. Secondly, it's your WhatsApp. Now, WhatsApp is free, but it's one of the tools that is underused, but it's so powerful. Okay, your status is something that you can use, DMs, sending messages, being in groups, communities. It is so powerful. It's a powerful tool that most people have not realized the potential of it. Okay, number 3, Instagram and Facebook. Yes, so for this, this helps you with content, and then you can also begin to monetize it when you start having, brand deals. So when you're constantly showing up on these platforms, brands can begin to reach out to you when they see the impact you're making, and then they can begin to see the audience that you're already having, and they begin to have deals with you. All right. And then lastly, referrals. For every customer, every client that you've got, every product that you've sold to anybody who happens to be your client, you can give them an offer where they can refer someone to you, and you can reward them. The reward could even be probably with giving them a discount. Oh, if you are able to refer one person, you're going to have 5% off on your next order. That's just something to reward them, and people would always come and they would refer people. So these are actually the ways. Okay, so these are the 4 channels that you can use to actually work and build your offer, or that to also help with your offer. All right, so next on the other slide is the outreach message template. I'm sorry, I think I need to drink some water. Okay, so the outreach message template. Now, this is a template for a message that you can actually send to people. Now, you can copy this message and try to personalize it by just tweaking the words in the brackets that fits, your niche, and try to send it to 10 people. Look for 10 people in your contacts. I mean, there's so many of us that we've got over 100 people, over 100 contacts saved on our phones. There are some over 50. got over 50 contacts saved on our phones. It's time to begin to use those contacts. Okay, so you can copy, if you need to copy, if you need time to copy this message, you can let me know. I can just leave it up for a while. Okay, so the message, just tweak it, like I said, put in your name. Hey Dash, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to share something I've been working on. I recently started a business or an offer, whatever it is, and there you're putting, you're giving more explanation about your offer. I help this with this, the specific problem, and I'm taking on next 3 to 5 clients. Now, saying taking on next 3 to 5 clients, that is just to put in some sort of urgency to make them say, oh, I have to be part of this next 3 to 5 clients or whatever it is. Okay. And then you're putting a price also to it. So it's not also a do or die thing that, oh, when you send it to them, they have to. No, it's just a way of you creating that awareness. So in their subconscious mind, you already know that, okay, this person, Eunice does this particular business. Okay, when next I know someone or I happen to have this, I happen to have need of such services, of such products, she will be my go-to person. So this is just to create that awareness. Okay. All right. Should I move on or do we need time to copy this? Yes or no? Or yes or yes? Response? Should I go on?
Copied
Move
already.
on. Okay. Have we all copied it?
Yes, I've
Yeah, I
copied it.
just took a screenshot. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Screenshot. Nice. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Thank you. All right. So next we'll be looking at the clients getting funnel. So this is the part from how we can go from our skill to getting an income. Now, most people skip the middle parts or the middle steps, and at the end, they wonder why nothing is happening. So, if to ensure that we are going through the right parts, and we should ensure that we're moving through this process. So, the first thing is your skill, what you already know. We've talked about that. The clear offer. Your clear offer should target who, what, result, and your price. And then the outreach, which is 10 messages this week. That's you're sending one message, tweaking it to send to 10 contacts. You can start this week, the earlier the better. Okay. And now the next is your first client. So you could have your first client, proof of concept. Now, at this point, sometimes you could, like I said earlier, you could actually have like a free thing. You could just look for someone and say, okay, I do this, but do you have need for this? I could do it free or probably at a discounted price for you since I'm just starting off. Okay. So at the end of the day, this person becomes your proof. This person becomes part, the service and the product that you've ended up doing for this person. You get added to your portfolio, which is now your proof that you can actually testify to other people once you are trying to get more clients. Okay. And then after that, you need to repeat. So there has to be a repetition, moving on to the next client. And then for every client that you have, there should be, try as much as possible to let them know to refer someone. So like I said, you could give them a discount, give them an offer. Okay, thank you so much for patronizing me. If you know anyone who else is interested in this service, please let them know if you can. And I promise you, in your next order, I could give you like 1,000 naira off or $5 off or whatever it is. You're giving them an offer. This is just a way to make them want to come back and to make sure that they're actually reaching out to their own network, okay, to their own people, the people they know, they bring in. And this is it's just like repeat and rinse. You're doing it again, they are reaching out, and that's how the gospel of your business is being spread across. Okay. And then lastly, this leads to now a consistent income whereby you're now having that steady income flow of income coming in, and which is our main goal. Once we can sit back and ensure that yes, at least for my business, at least in a month, I'm making about $3,000 each month, or probably at the end of each month, if business is not so smooth, or probably there was, the downside, because in every business there is that curve. Okay, so probably it's now at the low season, and you're saying, okay, be as it may, I have scaled, be as it may, even during the downtime, the least amount I know that my business can, the least amount of money my business can bring in is what, $2,000. And that's it. It could be more, but it doesn't go below that point. So that is now the consistent income and what we're looking out for. Okay, so moving on. Oh God, help us. Activity 2. Let's run through now. I am way, way behind time. Activity 2. Now, these are the 10% list. Remember, I talked about 10 people. Now, I would want you, well, in order not to spend so much time, but please try as much as possible. If you can do that as I'm talking, that would be nice. Go through your contact list and begin to write down 10 people from your contact that you know you will be reaching out. So you'll be sending them a message this week. It could be on your WhatsApp or your Instagram. Pick 10 people. I'm not really a fan of Instagram, reaching out to people privately on Instagram, but I mean, do you. If that works for you, that's fine. Okay, so pick 10 real people. Okay, personalize each message. Okay, make sure that it's their name that is on there, and then you're sending this message to them within 24 hours, and keep a track of who replies. Whoever replies, that is the person you should hold on to, because they have taken out time to reply, to respond, say, okay, probably I noted, okay, I keep this in mind, okay, I reach out. So yeah, from there you can keep a steady relationship with them, and to ensure that, yes, they have you in mind, to always think about you when something like that, or probably if they're ever in need of your services. Okay. So please do not leave this training without your list. Please have your 10 list ready to go. Now, this is the main part. Lock in your pricing. We're going to be locking in our pricing. I know pricing is one of the things, I would say one of the hardest things that people deal with when they're starting off their businesses, right? So a locked-in price isn't a price; it's a commitment to your own worth. Most people do not charge their worth, and this all comes from you looking down on your skill. Okay, and you feel that, oh, if I price this, price is too high, nobody will pay. Oh, are you sure nobody will pay? You are looking at this price through your own eyes. You're looking at it that, can I pay, if I happen to be on the other side of my clients? Will I be able to pay this amount for this service? That's what most of us do, but that is bound to change. Somebody say amen. Okay. All right. So we're looking at four number pricing formula. Everything has got a formula. Everything has got a formula. Okay. I hope my system is not frozen. Okay. So the number one, we're looking at your cost floor. What does it actually cost you to deliver this product or service? Now, because we know there are so many things that actually go into it. Be it whatsoever, you're making your hair, you're baking cake, you're a caterer, or even a graphic designer. There's so many things that go into it, because when someone is reaching out to you, and then you're beginning to do your research. Okay, this kind of design. Sorry, I'm not really into much graphic design. I probably, so you will have more information onto that. But let me know if it's quite different. Okay, I've never been into graphic design. Some parts, right? Let me not say I've never been. I have. but there's so many things that go into graphic designing. Sorry, I'm using the graphic designing, because you're thinking the time you spend in looking for the right fonts, the right colors. You're trying to use the brand colors of the clients and stuff like that. These are so many things that go into it. You're looking for the characters to use on the flyer or whatsoever it is. This is your time that you're investing in it. Okay, so let's say, for instance, what we have on the slide, if your dish, probably someone who cooks, a caterer, if your dish costs about $15, or 15,000 naira in ingredients. That is what you're using to purchase all the ingredients you're using cooking the food. And it takes you about 2 hours to prepare that dish from start to finish. Start to finish is not just, oh, when you start cooking. Start to finish means getting all the ingredients needed. So you're going, the time it takes you to go to the store, or probably go to the market to go and get those items, time it takes you to prepare those items. You're washing, you're doing prepping it and all of that, and then cooking, and then to packaging and delivering. So it is not just looking at, okay, this is just the time I used to cook. There's so many things that go, or rather that gets involved with, when making your pricing. So in this, it says, and 2 hours of your time at minimum wage, which is $20. This is just an instance, and that's probably, let's say, 20,000 naira. In total, your cost floor is $35,000. Sorry, 35,000 naira, or $35. Now, if you are able to know your cost floor, going with this instance, please note that you cannot charge less than this amount when you are fixing your price. So number one, this cost floor is very, very key and very important. Okay, so you're looking at how much it costs for the ingredients and your time. Your time. Most people do not consider their time, the time they've invested in creating a product, in actually making a product. You just think that the time over here, your time, like they say, there's also a song, time and money, time and money. Sorry for those who are not Nigerians, but that's the song we used to sing way back. Your time is money. You should be able to monetize your time. That goes into it, because if at the end of the day you do not consider your time, you end up undercharging, because that's one of the key areas and key things that people miss out. And that's why at the end of the day, because they just want to have large order, you end up being exhausted with little or no profits. And that's why you see people, oh, you're making sales, but then when you ask them, how much are you making? You hear cricket sound, or probably the amount they call you is just so they call out is just so outrageous. Okay, you really have to consider the time invested. Over here, for every work you do, you're being paid by the hour, you're charged. So if you go work for someone and they're paying you for your time, why should your business that you're using your skill, why shouldn't you charge for your time? It's a question that beats me too. Okay, when I think about it. All right. So the second, number two, is the market number. Now, what's the price that is obtainable in your niche, out there? So this is something you just need to do, like a quick market survey. Like, you need to look out for 3 people or more in your niche to see what exactly they're charging. The reason why you're doing this is just for you to have a range. Okay, trying to find out the least amount that is being charged and the highest amount, okay, in your locality, and try to find like a sweet spot in between. But then there's still other factors that determines the sweet spot. So you're not just trying to pick a number in between the range. Okay, so a quick Google or Instagram search would do. Do not overthink it. I'm reading from the slide. So let's say, for instance, if you find 3 of your competitors charging a range of $70 to $100 for an 8-inch 2-layered cake, that's your market range. Okay, now it's your choice. It's now left for you to either go lower or to go higher. But one thing you should bear in mind, and that will help you determine, is another number, which we're going to talk about on the next slide. Okay, so one thing, like I said, it's your choice to either go lower or higher. I'm sorry, but there is something else you should think about before you decide, and that is the number 3, which is your confidence number. Okay, so what is your confidence number? Now, you have to think, what's that number that, in your head, that number just keeps ringing in your head. I think this thing I've done is just so good. I think this is the amount I should charge for it. Oh, probably I should just try. The number that keeps ringing in your head is maybe 50,000. 50,000 naira, this is what I should charge. But then, if you have 50,000 naira, who will pay for this? Me, can I buy this for 50,000 naira? That's where you begin to see and you begin to question it. Okay. But from the slide, it says there's a number in your head right now that you've been afraid to say out loud. And that's what Bisola said in the chat. Overthinking. You just keep thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. At the end of the day, you end up choosing something way lesser than than what your product or what you're worth. Now that number is usually closer to the right answer than what you're currently charging. Well, then again, I know that some people will say, oh, because I'm just starting out, I cannot just start charging close to those who have been in the business and they're already up there, the top ones. I cannot start charging. Yes, I know. Okay, I know. That's why I said have a range. Okay, look for the lowest because I will also consider all these factors too as well. Okay, look for the lowest, look for the highest, and try it's your choice to determine whichever number you should go. But one also important number is remember cost floor, the cost floor, as well as this confidence number. Try to find a sweet spot in between it. Okay. And then lastly, we have the number 4, the lock-in number. So we have a formula for this. So this will be your final price, and there is a rule to it. So for your lock-in number, you have to find an average of your market number and your confidence number. Remember the market number we talked about? So let's say, for instance, you have a cost floor of 35,000. Sorry, why do I keep saying 35,000? You have a cost floor of $35, and your market range after you must have done your survey is between $80 to $100. So your market number can be anywhere in between. So let's say it's $90. Now, for your confidence number, this is a number in your head that you're thinking you should be what's the amount you should charge. So how then do you determine the number you would go with, which is your lock-in number? You would add your market range number to your confidence number and get the average divided by 2. So once you divide it, that is going to be your lock-in number, and that is what you should be charging. So it all depends on what you think your confidence number will be, and from the market range number, you add both of them and divide by 2. So that is what your pricing should be. I hope that is clear enough. Okay, so now we have the next activity. This is the lock-in commitment. We're going to make a promise to ourselves. And we have this activity. So we're going to write 4 things on our notebook, where we're going to look at our offer. We're going to look at the old price. We're going to write the old price, the new lock-in price, and effective dates. Can we do that in 1-2 minutes? Can I get comments? Do we think we can do that in 1-2 minutes? Are we here? Can you hear me? I hope I'm talking to myself.
We can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. Can we do this quickly, please? And when you're done, just let me know. You could signify, give me an emoji. You're done. So by writing this date down, you've made a commitment to yourself. The next customer who asks for your offer will get this new price and not the old one. It's not going to be a special discount for you. It's the new price, and that's on period. Period. Like the Gen Zs will say, period. Okay, so I've got seriously, besides, please, it's real people, not AI. Please, real people. Why are the people still waiting on God? Waiting on God as in how? Can we get more about that? Okay, I'm done. Judy, do you want to share before we move on?
Okay,
please.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So, my my old price, okay, my offer for the children's clothes that I sell.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, what you said really, really resonates with me because I felt, oh, since I'm just starting, I should just
Mm-hmm.
really, make it very, 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 very affordable. Even if I'm just cutting so close to my margin, but at the end of the day, it's not really a business. It's like, there's no plan for scaling and all that. So, old price, I think I had some clothes I was selling for like, I would sell for like 6K,
Mm-hmm.
7K Nigerian naira. But
Mm-hmm.
now,
Hmm.
with what
The
you did, I've
difference.
calculated my locked-in price now.
And what's it?
They are going for 10,000 naira for one
And that's locked in.
effective date. Yes, it's locked in. It doesn't
Nice.
even matter the pricing. I'm just going to keep my face and smile and say no. Oh, sorry, please. That's our price. Oh, thank you so
That's
much.
some
I'm going to say
period.
it with a smile.
And that's some
Effective date
period.
immediately. Immediately. I'm effecting it immediately.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Judy. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. And really, really, one thing that has been putting us down and rather putting our business down and trying and for us not seeing that substantial growth and making the profit that we really want to make in our mind's eye is that we feel, oh, if I put my price down, I will have more people. But then you cannot put your price down to suit a specific kind of audience. And at the end of the day, you're not expecting the business to grow. You're already having the the price you wish people to pay for. See, once you start a business and you put your price at this particular range or probably this particular amount, you will keep having those people coming. I don't know if it's a law of attraction or whatever it is, but that's how it seems to be. You will keep having those same people, those same customers having and offering that same amount coming. If you try to now increase that amount, they will push back. And once they push back, you will be pushed into guilt and you will keep accepting that amount. That's how it works. So most of the time we just need to like face it headstrong, ensure that your products are actually good and they are worth that amount. You've done your offer, you've done your calculation, you've done everything, and going with your time invest, because really we have to think about ourselves in all this. People would always, there is no part that people, there is nowhere that people don't like free things. People like free things, but people also know when things have value. And anything that has value, no matter how expensive it is, people will pay. There will be people who will pay. Seriously, you have people pay for it. And then you'll be wondering, where are these people getting money from? But that's the truth. That's the truth. That is it. But when we keep lowering our price because we're trying to, yes, I know it can really get hard. And when we look at the economy, we look at how people are, see the situation, we want to like try to accommodate. But then you're accommodating at your own expense. At your own expense. You're not making anything. It's just as if you're doing a free will. Oh, why not go open a foundation and do charity work then? It's as easy as that. It's just as that's the bitter truth. That is just the bitter truth. Because people, like I said, people always want free things and they will always want to look for the cheapest. But if if you do not put value, if you do not know your worth, then you will just keep giving things to little or no price or profit at all. Okay. Gloria also said her offer 7,000, all price. Nice. Oh, wow, that's really good. Locking price 5,000. This is really good. This is really good. So please, this should just be your new price. Going with the calculation. If you've gone with that calculation, the offer formula, please ensure that you're sticking to this price and just leave it to God's hands. Okay, but then there's also a system in place. Not that you just do it and then leave it to God. There's still work that needs to be done. No? So don't go and sleep and be praying that but you need said things, God will bring customer. No, you still have work to do, okay? Please. All right, so quickly to number 4. How can we grow without starting over? How can we grow without starting over? Now, most people kill their progress by constantly restarting. You're always restarting. You're always starting a new business every 3 months, every 3 months. This one is not working. Money is not coming. Oh, yeah, let me, which one is,
Please, Eunice,
yeah?
can I say something about
Oh,
pricing?
sure. Sure, sure. Can you just write it down? So you stay it at the end.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah, so
yes,
please
yes,
do it
yes,
at the end.
yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Just write it down so you don't forget. Okay, so we all know that growth is boring. Oh my God, growth is so boring, especially when you're at the beginning. It's not fun. It's as if everything is just slow. You're not seeing any profits. You're not seeing any progress. It's as if nothing is happening. And you're asking, what's going on now? But I'm putting in the effort, but nothing is showing for it. We just need to keep at it. Like I said, for every new thing we start, there is always that curve. Okay, things will always get slow at the beginning. Even if you're just starting a new job, you're learning a new skill, you're learning a new trade. You're, like I said, most importantly, you're just starting a new job. That's like the most common one. You just finished your training. Everything is still new. Nobody's expecting you to be so proficient in your stats, and you're delivering excellent work. There is that slow curve. There's that everybody expects you to be slow at first, but then over time wins, time tells. Over time, you are expected to attain a level of proficiency, because when you're constantly doing it, that's where consistency comes in. You're constantly doing it, you're doing it over and over again, doing it over and over again, you're attaining that proficiency, and from there it becomes a norm. And it's just so once you attain that proficiency, you see that spike, that curve, and then you are already going up, attaining that peak in your business that you actually want. Okay, so quickly says most people quit at week 6, right before things start working, and that's the reason why this is what actually happens during this time. Now, for every business, between the first month to the third month, it feels like nothing is happening. Everything is slow, nothing is working. You're putting all the effort, nothing is showing for it, and you're just thinking, what's going on now? You expect what in your head, you're expecting, this product I'm bringing is so good, it's so good. And your mind's eye, you're already seeing people placing orders, purchasing. But when you start, first month, probably is one order, second month, two, and it's just increasing, or probably nothing at all. And you're thinking, what's going on? Did I start a wrong business? What did I do wrong? It is typical, and it's common, and it's normal. Okay. By the 4 to 6 month, things begin to pick up. Things starts clicking, and then you're beginning to see changes. You're beginning to see a little bit of progress. Things, you're beginning to see that level of progress in your business. By 7 to 12 months, the demand starts growing fast. It's as if you start using jazz. That's when people are like, what is going on? You're having orders here and there, back and forth. You're like, and then by 2 years, that's where you've scaled. Though yeah, now you from that business you've scaled to another thing. You're adding more products. You're doing you. It's now where you have freedom by the year 2, because you're already in it. You've made a name, you've made a brand, and people already know you by your brand. So that's what actually happens. But people do not see what is actually happening behind the scene, at the background. You just feel people just want to see the profits, and it doesn't just come easily. Okay, so don't be most people. Now, for every business, there's usually like a 30-day action plan. Okay, now this is a plan. You can take a screenshot of it or whatsoever. Now, try to incorporate this in your business. So for the 30 days, 1 month, your week 1, you're going to lock in your offers. Now, this is what you're going to do. You're going to write your offer using the formula that we've discussed and decide your price. And you test it on at least 3 people, 3 of your friends. Okay, test it on them, and then get feedback. Week 2, reach out. So you're going to send 10 people, send that message to 10 people. You're going to post on your WhatsApp status at least 3 times if you have the time to do that. If you can do more, fine. And then you track responses you get, the feedback you get from people, the people that you've sent those messages to. And then by week 3, you're landing and delivering. So you're closing your first or next paying client by week 3. That you try to over deliver, try to go beyond and above and beyond. That's one of the names my husband calls me. He says I like to go above and beyond. Because when you go above and beyond, you're not giving room for doubts. You're making them see that this thing, what I even paid for, say you outdid it. You're trying to get and build, let them build that confidence in you. So that's why you should try as much as possible to do that service excellently well for your first paying client, and then get the feedback. Always try as much as possible for every customer you have, you're getting a feedback. Tell them to give you a feedback. They should give you a review, leave a review for you, tell you how they enjoyed that product or how they enjoyed the services. This is going to help you when you're advertising and you're creating that awareness for your brand. And then on your 4th week, you're going to repeat all this and then try to improve. So for every order you make or every service you render, try to analyze it, see if there are ways or there are areas that you can do better, that you feel can be better, or how you can improve on it. Okay. And then look for more people to send to as well. Refine your order and plan for the next 30 days. Okay. Quickly to the next slide. Da, 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 da. Okay, so everything I've shared here, oh my God, is the what. Now, the how is where most people get stuck. We're out of time. We cannot even go into that right now because it is so comprehensive and so detailed. This point, I also got here too. I got stuck here too because, like I mentioned earlier, I've attended so many trainings while I was still researching and all of that. But we find out that most trainings and even I've had to like join so many communities and join all of that to learn skills. But I find at the end, they're just teaching you the what. Nobody is actually showing you like a step by step on how you can go. Nobody's holding you by the hand to say, oh, this is how we can work to ensure that your business is moved and is grown from this level that you are right now to the next level. Okay. And as a result of that, in my years of researching and all of that and trying to make headway in my business, I actually built what's coming next on the next slide. And this is the 6-week bootcamp. Okay, it's a 6-week program. And this program is one where, oh God, it's dear to my heart. So this is just like a curriculum or what exactly that we have in the 6-week program. So here you are to leave all the heavy duties for us. We're going to work with you. We're going to be with you every step of the way. And during the 6 weeks, this is what you have entitled. What you're entitled to. So for the week 1, you have the foundation. You lock in your offer, your niche, determine your niche, your pricing. Week 2, your audience clarity. We define your ideal customer. And then with 3, we look at the content that sells a simple system around your job. So we're looking at the job that you've got, your corporate job, and how we can also build your business by the side so that no one seems to, to be lacking behind. And then the week 4, outreach and sales, where we're looking at your DMs, reaching out to people, your conversation, how you can close the deals. Week 5, your pricing and packaging, your packages, okay, your pricing, and then what offer are you giving to people to actually closing on the sales that you will have. And then week 6, you scale, sustain, and move on to a 90-day plan with no burnout. So before we move in, so this 6 weeks plan, I actually have a couple of sweet, lovely mamas. If you could just bear us a couple of minutes, I will be calling on a couple of ladies over here to just come share their experience. They've worked with me, and it's just for them to come share the experience of how the program has been with them. It's also good. This is what I'm talking about, feedback, having people to just come tell their experience and share to people so they know exactly what you're all about. Okay, so in no particular order, I will be calling on Bisola. Bisola, are you here? Please just can you just come share your experience about this boot camp program we've had.
Hi everyone.
Hi,
Can you
Bisola.
hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, yeah. So I'm happy
Yeah.
to come here to share about my experience with the 6 week program. Honestly, it was very awesome. Even like from the first call, just getting that clarity on what I wanted to do. And so um my business really it's more of like a sales where I help um new immigrants, shop for the best rates and mortgage prices and try to help them that way. And the first time I met Eunice, I was still kind of like struggling on what am I supposed to do? This overthinking issue, but like she has been very like supportive, so helpful, and just spending that time with me to understand what I really wanted to do. Like her as also I'm a jack of many a jack of many trades, so to speak. And so at first it was hard for me to like, okay, what exactly do I want to do, right? And so she really helped me to understand, okay, I should focus on this one. She even encouraged me to open social media where I can start talking about my mortgage product, where I can even push that further into start digital products and things like that. So it was very, very, very helpful. And honestly, I always look forward to talking to her because every time I talk with her, I always get more clarity, like defining my customers, reaching out to people, setting up a system for myself, how I can brand myself. She taught me on how um I can give out discovery calls, like a clarity booking session for people who want to talk about their mortgage products and things like that. So I would definitely recommend the program for you if you're here and you really want to upskill within the shortest time possible. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Bisola. I really do appreciate that. Although she missed, there was one interesting thing she discussed with me during one of our calls. She missed that. And Bisola was someone that I really love to work with and speak to, and I really look forward to having this conversation with her. We I think was it the second week? I was asking her, okay, so far what I tried to like let her talk about what her goal was for the week 6, what she was supposed to have earned or probably gained at week 6. And by week 2, Bisola was like, oh, I already have the clarity. That was what I wanted for this program. And week 2, she was saying she already got clarity. I was like, okay, week 2, then we have something more to do. Yeah, it was so awesome. And by week 3 or 4, she told me she already got her first client. She had the first clarity call. I was blown away. And honestly, it was so awesome. Thank you so much, Bisola. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for working with me. All right, the second person we're going to call is Glory. Is Glory here? Is Glory here? Glory's not here. Christine, are you here?
Hi,
Good evening,
hello
everyone.
everyone. Oh, Gloria is here. Okay, Gloria, you can
Okay,
go for
okay.
it.
All right, you can have Glory. You can have Glory first then. Sorry, Christine.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good
I'm
evening.
so sorry. Depending on where I am, so I
No, it's
don't know whether
fine. You're
it's
not the only one in Nigeria. We've got people in Nigeria too, so it's fine.
okay. I want to say a very big thank you to all of you there, and I want to say a big thank you to Mrs. Eunice. This platform has really grown me, and my business is I'm a hairstylist. So like before when I started like normally I think that it's just all about making hair. I don't consider about time, what I spend, what I use and all of that. But in the course of the training, at first we started about having something doing or you don't have or what you're planning to look after. And I came up with a plan of though I'm selling clothes, but I picked about hair because I fall in love with making hair. Is something that I'm passionate about it. So I just picked that one and we started working on it. Like some things that I don't know about, like before, making a hair is just like I can make hair, anything that you offer. I look at it like maybe there's no money, yeah, there's no money. And maybe if I, when she's talking about being on the price, like I'll be thinking if I charge this person maybe like 7K or 5K, can the person pay? I'll look at the person face, I'll look at the person appearance, and I'll say, that this is too high. And I think it's fear or something. So if I say something like that and the person look at me and say, this price is too much, I cannot afford it. Instead of me to stand on a locking price and say, okay, this is my price, I will go down and say, okay, what can you pay? And it's not supposed to be so. But during the training, like week 1, week 2, that we were talking, having personal talks and all of that, she told me that I'm being underpaid, and which is not supposed to be so. I don't even consider my time and all of that. The time that I spent starting from the making hair, picking the attachments and all of that, maybe trying to round up the hair. I don't even consider it. I don't even look at it like it's something that I'm supposed to charge the person. Or maybe I use some of the extension and all of that. It wasn't in my mind at all, and had to get back those customers, trying to check on them, like calling them, how was the last service? How did you enjoy the hair? When will be the next appointment and all of that? I don't even have it. So to me, I feel like maybe when your hair is due or is overdue for that you can renew it, the person know where he that she is making her hair, that she can just say, okay, I'm making my hair today or tomorrow. And all of those things, there are strategies that you can get back your customers and referrals. And she also talked about um, giving a discount. Maybe it's also a way of advertising your business too, like making her wearing it by yourself, um telling people that this is what I do. Before I feel I don't know whether I would say I feel ashamed to say I'm a stylist or something like that. But now I can boldly tell somebody, you see, this week I made it by myself. Did you like it? Do you care for one? I can make hair. Do you want to make your hair? Even like I think on Thursday and Friday that we were at home, I saw one new neighbor. I don't just even know what gave me the confidence. I was like, you're just new here. The person said yes, that he came for a visit. She came for a visit. I said, okay. If you don't mind, I'm a hairstylist. I can braid your hair. She was like, wow, really? I'm even planning to go out to look for where I can make my hair. I was like,
Nice.
in my mind, I was so excited. Like, how did I even take the bold step to to even approach the person? So, and to God be the glory. I whipped her hair and she looked at it. She said, wow, the hair is nice. And before she would step out and come back, she told me that somebody wants to make her hair. I was like, wow. Like just this little moment, I'm so happy. I was like, wow, it's really working. There are some times that we feel like this thing is not working. We don't need advice or something. No, we need it. It's very, very important. I will use that word, is very, very important, because for the course of this training, I have really learned a lot. And my business, I think there's a different, and even most of the things, even like for the cost of the week that we were talking, she was like, okay, can I just take it to the 6th week, which is the last week, and what will be my outcome at the end of the training. So I was like, to me, maybe by the end of the training, like those things that are my challenges, because I sent some of the videos, the pictures that I took after making hair, and there's a lot of correction that she was correcting me, the parts that I did not snap well, I did not capture the person very well, the sides, the back, the front, and all of that. And I started working on them. Even when I was complaining about no customers, she gave me a strategies of how I'll go about it, announcing myself, telling people in my office, in my church, my neighbors, and I see that it's working. And even going to an extent of a marketplace where I can join a particular group online, social medias, and all of that. I I really enjoy being working with her. She's so supportive, not only by word of advice, but she invests her time, her finances, her everything. As in, I can say that I'm a beneficiary of this platform, of this training, right from day one.
Thank
Everything.
you, Glory. If we leave you now, you will talk and say, okay, so just because of time, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to cut you there. I'm so sorry, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Glory. It was such a pleasure working with you too as well. Yeah, and she's just so astounding. She's just so awesome. Like I'm just recounting my experience with her. Every feedback I give to her or I gave to her, there was always a correction, and that seemed to help and to help push her business forward. And I'm really impressed. Like this one she shared today, she never told me about the the referral she got from a client she's got. But that's really awesome. And I'm so glad, really, really glad to hear that, Glory. Okay, last but not the least, Christine, let's just take one more, please, before we round up.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I'm Christine. I'm
Hi,
so happy to
Christine.
be here, to be part of this training. Uh, Eunice know what I was struggling the most with. I think it was pricing. And while listening to Gloria, I noticed some words she said. She talked about the fear. And I think that's one of our biggest problem. We are we we fear to give the price to our clients, to our customer. And I think the really problem is not maybe really the fear, but it's the lack of confidence. We don't trust ourselves. Even though we have good feedback, good review, but we still lack confidence. And earlier I said, oh, I want to say something about pricing. It was to talking about because it's true that when you have your business, the first people you have is the people near you, your family, but it's also something that can put you behind because they will still trying to say, oh, you see, you are my child, you can do it free for me. Okay, let me just buy the ingredient and then I bake for you because I bake. Because it's one thing I facing this day, and I'm like, oh, I prefer not to bake and bake just for myself and for my husband. We eat it here. I have children, we like to eat cake. So I work a lot with units on pricing. So now I can tell you that I have confidence to say, no, I'm not going to bake. If you can't pay, I'm not going to bake. So working on how to pricing things, how to do a content, because that was also it was also another biggest issue for me. I didn't know even how to take it, even a good picture. No, for me it was a challenge.
Yeah.
I'm going to say two words in French. Merci beaucoup. I'm sure you understand what I said.
Merci
It's thank you
beaucoup.
so much. Yeah. to say because
Thank
she took her
you.
time, come to my house, work with me, say no, do like this. Oh, no, I can't imagine that kind of devotion you have. Thank you so much, Eunice. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you. Thank you, Christy. Thank you. Yeah, we had our moments with Christy. I can remember. Permit me to
I'm
share
still
this,
struggling,
Christy.
but I'm better now for sure.
Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. I can recount working with Christine at the start, and I said to Christine, I asked her, like, how much do you price? She showed me a couple of pictures of the cakes she's baked. And I asked her, how much do you price it? And she started laughing at first because she knew in her heart of heart that that price she was about to call was so outrageous. And when she did, I looked at her shocked, stunned, and I was like, are you serious? Yeah, so like like it was just so outrageous. It was such a ridiculous price, and which showed that she was really underpriced. But it's so good, and I'm so glad to hear that now she feels confident, and she has gotten to that point when she the time when she shared.
Honestly, it was really, really on the price. Another try we go another try we go through is to say it's for passion. Yes, it's for
Yeah,
passion, but you want to make money too. Yeah.
exactly,
So Eunice,
exactly.
can you say where how far I am now, Eunice?
Awesome. Thank God. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, there was also something she mentioned. Working with family, working with friends, they always want you to do it free for them. But if you remember, like I said, at the start, you can do it free just because you need to build your portfolio. But you cannot keep doing free, going to 3 months, going to 6 months. No, because that's more like a charity work. And you have to be you have to take a standpoint and let them know that this is a business, and for business you cannot keep doing it free. So if it's now left for you to say, okay, when it comes to family, it's your choice, I want to do it free for you, that's fine. But if you're not ready to do it free, you know you don't have the time, and it's business, they have to pay, and they're paying, going with your price. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing that, Christine. It was such a pleasure working with you. And I look forward to working with you and to everyone else too as well. Okay, so moving on. So really what's included, they've all said it. What's included in the program, you have your weekly group calls, there's the one-on-one feedback. You'll be getting templates, you'll be getting scripts, you'll be getting content ideas of titles you have to post on your social media pages. There's a private community where we can be together to discuss, share ideas, we can help ourselves, and we have your WhatsApp access to me. I'm always free anytime. Even if I'm not always free. Sorry, I take that back. I'm not always free, but when you send me a message, okay, I would always find time to reach out to you and talk with you. So yeah, and then quickly, so now because you're in this training and you have stayed till the end, I will give you the opportunity to book a free 20-minute consultation with me. It's going to be free. This is just a bonus for those who are only present here today at this time for saying this is a bonus, this is a free gift I'm giving to you. So if you know you need to have a consultation with me, you can book your call by midnight today. I would, okay. So here's what's going to happen. Let me just join the call from my phone so I can put up the link to my calendar for you to book. I have very limited slots, please. So the faster you can get to book it, the better. Okay, because this period I'm busy this week, but I'm trying to like accommodate as much people as I can. Just give me one moment. So if you are interested in booking a free 20-minute consultation with me, it's going to be free. Okay, this is worth, you can see the amount that is worth, but I'm giving it free today just as a way of saying thank you for joining and staying with us to the very end. Oh God, where is this? Okay. Just bear with me. I'm just going to sign in so I can post that link. Uh, so this one is more like fastest finger. How many of us have fastest finger? Uh, meeting. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the link to that, to the Zoom meeting. Okay. In progress. So they sorry, you're having that feedback. Okay, so you should be having that link right now in the chat. If you're interested, please, you can click on the link. It takes you to the calendar, and then you can book that session with me, and we'll be reaching out to you. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we've come to the end, but before we go to question and answer, these are the communities that have made this training possible with a way of saying thank you. I want to believe that this training was very insightful, very informative, and you've gained so much information and so much. So as a way of saying thank you, please my fellow admin people putting on the links to our communities. Please, we're begging, join our communities, follow us on all social media platforms, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. This is just a way of saying thank you to us and for putting this up and putting this together. Okay. All right. So they'll be dropping those links in the chat. So please, as they drop them, please follow. All right. So we've come to the end and it's time for question and answer. Do we have any question, please? Or are we so good and everything was self-explanatory? Question time. Recording in progress. No question. You can unmute, please. Let's hear you. Questions? Oh, I'm sorry. Just a minute, please. Okay, someone asked, can we get the recording? Okay, yeah, the recording will be posted on my YouTube channel. That's what I posted there. Once it's ready, I would let you know. I will send in the link so we can get you can watch the replay. But I don't know. I want to believe the rest of us. So we can put up the link to our communities and let me put online. Okay, so in the absence of no questions, I want to believe that this meeting, the training was self-explanatory. No questions.
Oh,
I
sorry,
delivered.
ma.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, ma. Thank you for the privilege, ma. My question is that is about the old price and the lock-in number,
Mm-hmm,
like your lock-in price.
mm-hmm.
Like most of the customers that maybe the ones that you've been making hair with before, or anything that you have been selling to them before, and at the point that the price now suddenly change, and maybe they are not comfortable with it, and maybe you don't want to be on the price or something, and you feel like this is the lock-in price that I would not go down, or this is the least that I can do, and it's not okay by them. And those people, they are your regular customers. So, what will you do to such customers?
Okay, that's a very good question, Glory, and I really appreciate the fact that you're thinking in that line and you're taking our time to ask that. Yeah, so if I'm to ask you, those people who are your regular customers, um, if I'm to ask you, how long have you been providing the services to them? Give me a time frame. 6 months, 1 year. How long?
Um, like some, I can say a year, 6 months. Just that it's not a consistent stuff, like maybe, and depending on when they needed your service, but
So
they are
for
long
those
term
who for
customers.
those who have you've been offering the services to for a year, you have constantly been on the charging yourself and you've not been making any profits and you have given them enough discounts. Sorry to say, but they have gotten enough discounts, enough they have um they have been paying for services that your service were much more than what they were offering. See, the moment, like I said, remember when I mentioned earlier that you should be able to know your the value of your work, the value of the services you're giving. If the services you're providing is valuable and they can attest to it, letting them know. Now, in order to handle that, you have to let them know. Probably when you can have you can probably give them 1 or 2 more time whereby you can offer the old price. But then you are letting them know that I'm just going to, because you've been my long term customer, or you've been my long term client, I am going to still give you this price, this old price at this time because you've been my long term customer. But after the second or after this time, please note that this price has changed. This is now my new price. See, don't be scared. Yeah, people will go, but then you know what you want. And that's where you now have to come in with offers. You are now bringing things in. Okay. This is something we'll talk that I will deal more if you come into the boot camp. I will touch more. I know you were part of the boot camp, but I'm pretty sure I probably would not doubt that, but it's still ongoing. Okay. You have to not give them more offers. Okay. You say, if you come make your hair at this price, you're giving a new price. You could say, I think I discussed this with you. You could say, okay, at this, my new price is changing. But then when you come make your hair, you would have maybe a free snack or something. No, it doesn't have to be too expensive to match up with the increments you're giving. But this is just a way of saying that, okay, you're not just entirely pay more, but then there's something else added to it, if you understand what I mean. Okay, but if they're still insisting, then my dear, let them go. It's high time you should stand your ground and say that no, this is my new locked in price and I'm not going down because I want thing, and there's something Christine said. You should get to that point whereby if someone says, oh no, it's too expensive, if you cannot do it at this price, and you know that that price is just not good for you, in your heart of hearts, you can tell that it's not good for you, please let them go. That time, use it for yourself, use it for your kids. It pays more. You've got things to do. Go and use it. It pays more. Use it to rest or use it to do something else. There are so many things that we need time that we've got to do. So, but for those ones who are willing to pay, those are the ones you should hold on to and then begin to get referrals from them, because those are the ones that will make you to now begin to have profit from your business, because that's the main goal. There is no business on the surface of the earth that just comes to provide services without having profit at the back of their mind. I have not seen, and I'm still waiting to see. Everybody has got profits they want to have, and that should be your target goal too as well. Okay, I hope I answered your question.
Yes, ma. Very well, ma. Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. All right. Any other question before we call it a day? I'm so sorry. We've gone way above time. I'm so sorry. I didn't plan for us to still be here by this time, but I hope it was worth it. Please. I'm so sorry for taking so much of your time. All right. So, in the absence of no other question, we can call it a day. Thank you so much for coming to spend your time with me. I do not take it for granted. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. All right. So, please let me know of any feedback. Let me know if you're interested in joining or having a free consultation with me. Please click on the link and book a session, and I will be reaching out to you afterwards. All right. I guess we can call it a day. I call it an evening. Any other thing before we go?
Nothing but thank you for the session. It was awesome, informative,
Thank
and
you.
yes, yes.
Thank
It was
you.
detailed, so no questions to ask.
Okay, that's consoling. Okay. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. So it was detailed enough, no question. All right, then. I guess we should be calling today. Thank you so much for calling to hear me. Listen to me yap. Is that the new thing they say now on social media? Yapping. But thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. It was such a great time with you all. And please, please join our communities. Follow us on socials. If you want a replay of this training, you can please follow my YouTube channel, because that's where I'll be posting it. So you can always go there to watch it. All right. And please follow us, support us by following our social media platforms, joining our communities. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful evening and have a great night rest. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate you all.
Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.